Hi there, Dori Soukup here, founder of InSPAration Management. I'm here to share with you content from the brand new seminar called Millionaires Circle. I am so excited to be with you here today, and I want to start by sharing with you why I decided to do this event, the Millionaires Circle. You see, we work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and many of them tell us that the reason they became entrepreneurs is because they want to work less, have more freedom, more balance, and enjoy life more. But instead, they end up working longer hours, work harder, and basically be prisoners for their business. So today, my goal is to share with you enough content to where you can set yourself apart from everyone else and become part of the Millionaire Circle so you can enjoy life a little bit more, have more balance, less stress, and not worry about every single thing about your business. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you content from the Millionaire Circle. I encourage you to open up your mind, open up your heart, take some great notes, and see how by just implementing few of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you, how you can totally transform your business. So I'm so glad you're with me today. Let's go ahead and start with the content I'll be going over. The first thing I want to share with you is your goals and your dreams. Why did you really become an entrepreneur? And then the entire content of the Millionaire Circle is to target the affluent, target the people that can afford you. So instead of working hard and making a little money and seeing lots of people, my whole goal of the Millionaire Circle is to get you to actually go after the affluent and know who they are. So in the second segment of this, I'm going to be sharing with you who are the millionaires so you can go after them. The third thing we're going to talk about is knowing your numbers. See, if you want to become a millionaire, you've got to know where you are now and then how you're going to be able to get to another place. So I'm going to be sharing with you a new system. It's called the T.M.S.P system. And the system would help you target the affluent, market to them, be able to sell them, and profit from the relationship. And then at the end of our time together, I'm going to make an offer for you to join us for the next Millionaire Circle seminar. It's going to be a 3-day event that will give you an A to Z process on how to implement the TMSP system with the new business so you can step into the Millionaire Circle. So get ready and let's go. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the foundation of becoming a millionaire. I want you to visualize what your life should really be like. What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of business do you want to have? What kind of car do you want to drive? What trips do you want to take? What charities do you want to help so you can really add value to your community and the people that you love and care for? So setting that foundation and visualizing your dream would be such an important thing. So I want you to dream big. I want you to set these great, huge goals to get you to where you want to go. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to actually make a decision to be a millionaire. It really does take a decision. And if you haven't decided, or if you haven't really identified your goals and your dreams, then you're just winging it. And winging it does not make you a millionaire. So I want you to leave the comfort zone behind. I want you to stretch and step into the uncomfortable zone for a little while, because once you perfected your approach and what you really are meant to do, then it's going to come naturally to you. So that's the first thing I'm going to ask you to do. So I want you to stop working hard, stop competing on price, and stop reinventing the wheel, because all this is working hard instead of working smart. So instead, I want to invite you to go after the affluent and and step into the Millionaire Circle. That's really the goal that I have for you here and in sharing this program with you. So let's go with the second thing we're going to talk about today is who are the millionaires? Well, there are three types of millionaires. There are the ultra affluent, and those are the people that make about $250,000 and up. They have a net worth usually of about $3 to $10 million. And they earn 40% of all U.S. income, and they control 70% of the U.S. net worth. So those are like the ultimate people, right? The ultra affluent. Then you have the affluent. The affluents are those people that make between $150,000 to $250,000. And then you have the mass affluent, which make about $85,000 to $150,000. Now, in the Medi Spa industry, when you're looking at who your clients are, you're gonna find that you have clients actually in each one of these segments. And if you look at the 80-20 rule, you'll find that 80% of your business is generated from 20% of your clients. And 20% of your clients are mainly probably in these affluent sections. So instead of doing Groupons, instead of going after the people that can't afford what you do, I want you to go after these guys. I want you to go after the affluent people. Because when you do that, then you don't have to compete on price. You can charge more and you'll be able to profit a lot more. So that's really what my goal is for you. Are you with me? Yes. All right. So then the other exciting part of these target audiences that you're going after is the affluent boomers. Let's face it, there are more baby boomers now than ever before. And they're about to inherit $7.2 trillion over the next 20 years. So I want you to get your fair share of all that money that they have. And if you look at your clients again and you have a good avatar of who your clients are, they're probably, a lot of them are baby boomers. They're the ones that can afford what you actually offer. So I want you to look at your menu and see what you're offering and see if you have enough treatments that are targeted directly to them, so you can get your share of all this money that's available there for you. So instead of going after scrap, then now you're going after the affluent. So let's talk a little bit about your numbers and where you are right now. Because if you know your numbers, then you have a great path to becoming a millionaire. So I want you to really dissect your numbers. Now, during this seminar, we'll be going over in depth of all these processes and systems and everything that we need to do to get you where you need to go. But for right now, because of lack of time, I'm basically just going to give you enough information to give you a great awakening of the potential that you truly have. So let's talk about your numbers. The first thing we want to talk about is your current capacity level. Where are you right now as far as your space capacity? How much can you really grow with the space that you currently have? And what could be your potential of actually revenue potential of your actual space? And I also want you to look at what is each treatment room worth. So when you're going through your Medi Spa or Spa, I want you to look at each treatment room and see how much revenue I can generate just from this one room only. It's a very important process, because if you don't do that, you guys, you're not going to know your true revenue potential. So I have a gift for you that I'm going to be sharing with you here in a little bit. It's a capacity chart that would allow you to see some calculations of how much each room could be worth for your business. So if you look at, if you have a day spa, for example, and let's say you're open 217 hours a month and you have one treatment room, and assuming you can do 1 hour each treatment, hour on the hour, that's at 100% capacity, just to give us an idea where you are. Let's assume it's $69 average between massages or other little treatments that you do. So that day spa can generate $14,000 for one treatment room. And that's not a lot of money, actually, is it? The reason I wanted to show you this is because there are some people that are stuck here. And the entire reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to move you to the other levels. So we have some medical spas that we work with that are making $40,000 a month out of one treatment room. But this is where you really should be. If you're offering the right treatments in your Medi Spa, you should be able to make $100,000 out of one room. That's $500, let's say, an hour. So if somebody comes and gets Botox, somebody gets fillers, you're doing a laser treatment, you're doing a tattoo removal, you're doing school sculpting, or you're doing vaginal rejuvenation, whatever it is that you're doing, you can generate a lot of money out of that room itself. So I want you to realize your true potential and see how much your business can truly generate if you are operating at 100% capacity or 50% capacity or whatever that amount is. So see where you are now and where you can take your business. So I have a gift for you. It's a great capacity chart calculator. If you go to InSPArationManagement.com, and right from the home page, you'll be able to see the capacity chart that you can actually download. The nice thing about this chart is that the yellow cells that you see, you can totally customize it according to how many treatment rooms you have, how much you charge on average per treatment, and so on, and it self-calculates for you. So you'll be able to see how much revenue you can generate from each treatment room based on certain capacities for treatments as well as retail sales. So it's a great tool for you. I want you to get excited about the opportunities that you have once you fill it out, because then you're eager to implement the things I'm teaching so you can become part of the big Millionaires Circle. Aren't you excited? I'm excited for you. So, all right, let's go over the system. So the system I'm going to share with you is called the TMSP system. And of course, it's an acronym to the things that we're going to cover. So the T stands for targeting the affluent. The M is marketing to them. The S is how to sell them, and the P is how to profit from the relationship between you and them. I am so excited about sharing this system with you because it's so important to have a system, you guys. If you don't have a system, then sometimes you do things one way and then another times you do it another way. And if you have a proven, effective system, then you're guaranteeing yourself wealth. And wealth is what we want, isn't it? Absolutely. Listen, if we're going to get up in the morning and go to work and take the time away from our families, we might as well be wealthy, right? Like, who wants to go to work and work and not make any money? Absolutely not. So that's what I want for you. I want you to have wealth. I want you to target the affluent, because when you do that, you're going to maximize your revenue and your profits. All right, so let me just give you some data here. Who are the wealthy people? Well, there's about 72 million of them, right? 72 million people that are wealthy. That's 29% of all adults. They're categorized as the affluent. And then you have the other people that range between 250 and 500,000. They represent another 16% and 5%. But I don't care where you live. It doesn't matter where you are in the U.S. There are always affluent neighborhoods near you. But sometimes we work too hard and we go target the other people that can't afford what we have. And that's a big mistake that a lot of people make. So how do we attract the affluent? Well, there are a few tricks I want to share with you. The first one is to start speaking. You've got to speak. You've got to position yourself as the expert. You have to be the authority for what you do. Because when you do that, now you're drawing people to you. You're attracting people to you instead of pushing yourself on people. You see, there's a difference between push marketing and pull marketing. Push marketing is when you're pushing your messages out, where pull marketing is when you position yourself as the expert and then people are drawn to you. That's a much better way to market yourself than pushing yourself on people. Doesn't that make sense? Absolutely. So I want you to take a look at your positioning. See how your positioning is within your business. And you've got to be an affluent person yourself in order to attract affluent people to you. So you got to watch the way you look, the way you dress, where you go to restaurants, what country clubs you belong to, yacht clubs, things like that. Because when you surround yourself by the affluent, then you're gonna again attract them to you. But if you're going and you're hanging out around people that are not your kind of people, then that's what you're going to be attracting. So I want you to pay attention to that and see where you are. So I want to give you a few tips on how to practice authority positioning, okay? For example, if you don't have a book already, you've got to. You've got to have a book or articles or be featured in magazines. You've got to speak. That's a must. If you don't speak, then people don't see you as the expert that you are. Be on TV, be on the radio for shows, interviews. Be that go-to person for the media to attract you. Get interviews. Watch your pricing. Don't price your business cheap because the affluent don't like cheap. So you have to be very careful with your pricing and your overall positioning. So when you do some of these things, that's what I'm talking about with pull marketing. When they see you on the radio, they see your articles in the local magazine, they're going to be drawn to you. And that's working smart, you guys, instead of working hard. There's a big difference between the two. So I want to take a little mini introduction here to how I can help you publish a book. You see, we have this great seminar called Write Your Book in One Weekend. Yes, we've helped hundreds of people actually publish a book, and we can help you too. You've got to go check out the seminar tab on inspirationmanagement.com and join us for the next book writing seminar. We've had doctors, nurse practitioners, entrepreneurs, you name it, leaders in the community come and publish their book. And if they can do it, so can you. So make sure you check it out and come and see us next time. So when we're talking about marketing to the affluent, you've got to differentiate yourself. And the things that I just mentioned to you are all differentiation points. So don't just follow what everybody else does. So I just want to share with you a quick little story. I was doing a private coaching call the other day, and I was doing a financial assessment with a brand new client that just came to us. And I was looking at her injectable revenue and noticed that the profit margin on her Botox was horrible. She was not making any money, though she generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, but she was not making any money. So I asked her, well, how much are you charging for Botox injections? And she says, oh, I'm charging about $12. I'm like, $12? Why? Oh, but that's what everybody charges around us. So you don't have to charge the same price somebody else charges just because that's what they're charging. You don't have to do that. What you want to do is, instead of competing on price, you want to compete on expertise instead. That's differentiation. Instead of comparing apples to apples, you want the consumer to compare apples to oranges. So I don't want you to be going with all these fish and just be one of the fish. I want you to be that yellow fish and chart new path and set new standards for pricing, for experiences. So the affluent is coming to you instead of going to what everybody else offers. So don't compete on price. Compete on expertise instead. It makes a big difference. And how you do that is by having a different offer. Take a look at your experience. See what you can improve on it. See what added value you can include so you can be different and you can attract the affluent to you. It makes a big difference. All right, now during the seminar, I'm going to go over all sorts of ideas on how to find the affluent, how to market to them, how to sell to them and profit from them. So again, because of the time here, I just want to share with you a couple of little things to help you at least get started. So how do we find the affluent? Well, the first thing you want to do is come up with their entire demographics, or come up with the demographics of the target market that you want to go after. You want to know who they are, what's their age, their gender, their style, all these typical things with demographics, right? Where do they live? Where do they go? Who do they associate with? So there's a whole list of things that we need to go over and find out. Actually, if you want to find out some great insight on your target market, you can go on Facebook, and Facebook has in the ad manager, if you go in that area, you'll be able to see some great insight about your client. I know this is not a marketing course right now, but that's a great tip for you, that you can go and find different insight about them. But you want to know as much as possible so you know where to go and target. Those are all very key things that you have to do. And the other thing, as I mentioned a little earlier, you have to be an affluent yourself, so you need to be like them, and you have to go where they are in order to attract them. You've got to be that business person, that man or woman who is walking the walk and talking the talk, so you can attract those kind of people. Make sense? Absolutely. All right, so that was targeting the affluent. Now let's talk about how to market to them. I love this quote. I'm not here to be average. I'm here to be awesome. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be awesome, right? All right, so when we're talking about marketing, we're talking about 3 areas of marketing. And that is media, message, and unique selling proposition, or I like to call it positioning, actually. So those are the 3 things I'm going to touch on real quick, and we can go through them. So the media. The first thing we need to decide is, how do we reach them, right? How do we reach the affluent? Are we going to do speaking events? Are we going to do a book tour? Are we going to do a podcast or a webinar? Are we sending out emails? Are we advertising on LinkedIn or communicating with people on LinkedIn? So you need to decide which media outlet you're going to use to actually reach the affluent in your area. So you don't want to be, I love that quote, you don't want to be the best kept secret. That's not what we're trying to do here. You want everybody to know who you are. So that's my advice to you. Stop hiding, get out. Start doing some fun things in your community. So then it's your message. What is the message that you're going to be sending to the community? It's your communication style. Again, it's your image, your approach. What's the offer? Are you doing cheap offers that cheapens what you actually have in your Medi Spa or spa? Are you giving value rather than discounting? Are you including call to action in your messaging? Those are all very key things that you want to have. Are you creating urgency? Are you using that avatar, that target market demographic that you're going after? And if you are, that's great. If you're not, you definitely want to keep this in mind. It's amazing. I go ahead and join many email lists from Medi Spas and Spas just to see what people are sending. And it's just, the stuff that comes through my inbox is crazy. What some of the information that I see that's missing a lot of valuable content that's so important to your business. So I really want you to pay attention to some of these things that we just discussed so you can actually have a clear message when you're trying to reach the affluent. Now, the other thing that's really great to know about is that unique selling proposition. How are you different than the rest? And that's a very difficult exercise. And when you come to the seminar with us, we're actually going to create a unique selling proposition for you while you're there with us for the 3 days. So you are clear on who you are and what you offer and what makes you different. Because I ask this question to a lot of people. What makes you different? Oh, we have great products. Oh, that's what everybody else says. What makes you different? Oh, we have great team members. That's what everybody else says. What makes you different? Hardly anybody can really answer that question. So when you come and see us for the seminar, I'm going to have you leave with clear understanding of what makes you different. And you're going to love it because you're going to use it in your marketing material, in your approach, in the way you communicate to people so they know exactly what makes you different. So you've got to come and see me because we're going to go over that. All right, so the third thing is selling to the affluent. How do we sell to them? Do we sell to them the same way we sell to everybody else? I don't think so. What does this represent? As soon as you see this color green, what does that tell you? I didn't put a name on there on purpose. What is this? What brand is this? It's Tiffany, right? It's my favorite. So all you have to do is look at the box and look at the color and you have Tiffany on the mind. So how does Tiffany sell to people? Do they do big sales? Do they do any of these things? Hardly ever. Hardly ever. To sell the affluent, you have to focus on quality. That's what they like. They don't like cheap. They want quality. They want value. They want a great experience. They want to feel good about the people that they're doing business with, that status thing going on. Those are the things. They want to deal with experts. That's what they want. So if we are keeping that in mind when we're trying to sell to the affluent, then you're going to be a lot more successful. Because giving discounts and cheapening your treatments is not the way to go for sure. So I have a couple of examples here for you, just to show you how different brands market their business. So I don't know if you've ever gone into a Chanel store or not. I'm a Chanel fan. I love their bags. I'm addicted. So when you go into Chanel, do you see any sales? No. Do you think the salesperson feels bad about presenting a bag that costs $5,000 or $10,000? No, they feel good about it. What about when you go to Neiman Marcus and go shop some of their high-end designers? They don't have huge sales screaming all over the place, 2 for 1 or whatever. How about Apple? Apple is amazing. Did you know that Apple only has one sale a year? And that's on Black Friday. And you know what their sale is? Get $100 off an Apple computer. What a great deal, right? So these people, they respect their brand. They don't have to discount it to get you to buy it because they are sure of who they are. They have built such a great quality product that they don't have to discount it. And neither should you. You should not be discounting your products to attract people. You should create a great guest experience, deliver great results, give great value, so people are attracted to you. So get away from this competing on price. It's for the birds. Stop it. Stop it now. Because if you deliver value and quality, people will come to you. I don't like cheap. I don't want anything cheap. As a matter of fact, if you tell me something is cheap, I don't want it because I think it's not a good thing. There's a lot of people like me out there. So perception of the brand is everything. What perception do people have of your brand? What is that? So they did a little study. This is a cute little example that they did actually at the Cornell Food and Brand Lab. They took one group of people and they served them dinner on paper plates, plastic forks and knives, and gave them like regular food, and they asked them to rate their experience. And the rating was from 1 to 10. And 1 was poor and 10 was great. So the first group rated the experience as a 3.4 experience. Then they took another group and they served the same food, but they served it on china plates, great flatware, napkins that are cloth, and the whole experience was totally different. And they asked them to rate the food. And look at what they rated it. They rated it on 8 points. It was the same food. It's just the perception. So what perception does your brand give members of your community? Perception, you guys, is a reality. So what you want to do is create such a great experience and create something in your consumer's mind that your business and doing business with you is such a great thing for them, that it's speaking to them. And that perception becomes a reality. And when you have a quality perception, they're going to come and do business with you over and over and over. So that's what I want for you. I hope that you take a look at that and see where you are. So the takeaway from this is you're not going to compete on price, right? Don't compete on price. Compete on expertise instead. That's the key word here. You're the expert, and that's why they should come to you. All right, so to wrap things up here a little bit, so 3 is selling to the affluent. How do we sell them? I just mentioned to you different ways, different stores actually sell to them. So just focus on that value, no discounting, and then that way they'll buy from you. So I just want to share with you a quick little story. I was in San Diego with my friend not too long ago. Actually, I just came from Vegas. I was speaking at the conference there. And we decided to go into one of the malls in Newport Beach, and we saw a Tesla store and how they actually sell to the affluent. Very interesting. So they had a nice TV screen like this. They had the car sitting there. This is the Tesla I was interested in. And right on a touch screen computer, he started telling me the color of the car that I wanted, what kind of interior, what kind of tires, what kind of battery, and on and on and on and on. And he built the entire car right in front of my eyes. And the whole price point came up to like $107,000 or whatever. Now, was there any negotiation? It's like, that's the price. So it's either you buy it or you go. There was no negotiation there. They didn't have to discount it. They didn't have to call the manager over to give me a drop in price like your typical dealership. You see, that's positioning. That's positioning at its best. So if you feel that strong about your product and what you offer, you can charge whatever the heck you want. And when you stick to that positioning, then it's the take it or leave it positioning. And that's what you should be doing. Don't be discounting again. It's not for you. It's not for you. Let the other people deal with that price war game. You don't need to do that because you're better than that. You're listening right now to this and you're going to come and see me for the Millionaires Circle. So you're already different. So that's what I want for you. I want you to really have a great business that will work for you rather than you working for it. So number 4 is profiting from the affluent. And I have to tell you, pricing is the most important thing when you're trying to manage your profit line. So I was just visiting a client on site in Seattle. And when I went there, we found out that they were already actually in the Millionaires Circle, by the way. But their profit margin was not where it should be. And there's a lot of people like that actually, where they're making $1 million, but they're not profiting as much as they should be. And that's because the pricing is not proper. And I want to show you a little price formula here in a second. But you have to pay attention to how you price your products, your treatments, your memberships, what kind of rewards you're giving away, what kind of value you're giving away. That's all very important to your profit line. So I want to share with you the financial ratio that you should be shooting for. So there are 4 main things that you need to look at. And one is the compensation. So let's assume out of each dollar that comes into your business, 40 cents of that dollar can go towards compensation. And that's for everybody. That's to pay you, to pay your team, to pay your guest relations department, to pay everything, right? And then you have your operating expenses. That's your rent, your electricity, your internet, all these things. And then you have your product cost. So 20 cents on the dollar can go to product cost. And then you should profit at least 15 cents on the dollar, right? So that way you can reinvest in the business, let it grow, have a sustainable business. So if your financial ratios are out of whack, and if you're making $1 million or $2 million a year, but you're not profiting, what good is that? So that's what I'm going to do during our 3 days together. I'm going to make sure that your profit lines are aligned with what you want to accomplish for your business. And that would be a very important part for you. So that's the system that I wanted to share with you today. Again, during the 3-day seminar, we go over in depth on what you need to do to attract the affluent and benefit from them. I will be sharing with you the entire system in depth, so you too can be part of this whole big Millionaire Circle. So to register, what I would like you to do is go to InSPArationManagement.com/Millionaire Circle, and there you'll find out all the details about the event and everything that you will learn and receive. I really want you to be a multi-million-dollar business. Again, if you're going to get up in the morning and go to work, you might as well be a millionaire, right? So I'm going to give you the blueprint when you come and see us. So there are so many benefits, you guys, to why you should come. And I just want to name a couple, and then I'm going to give you a great offer to come and join us. So the first reason why you should come is because you're going to be able to maximize your revenue and your capacity. So you're going to have more money in the bank. You don't have to keep worrying about, oh my gosh, how am I going to make ends meet? The second reason is you have a business that's going to work for you, not you working for it. And you'll be able to take more time off, have more balance, have more vacations, enjoy your life more, live in the house you want to live in, buy the things you want to buy without even thinking about it. That's what you deserve. That's why you became an entrepreneur. So I want to help you make that dream and that goal a reality. I've done it for many other people, and I want to do it for you. So here are some great bonuses we have for you that will motivate you as an added value, because I'm not discounting this seminar. You see, I practice what I preach, but I'm going to give you some great added value. So the first thing I'm going to give you is access to the Soaring Ahead Coach Me series. That's a 12-module series, $1,700 value. You'll love the content. I'm going to give you a pre-formatted budget file that's $695. I'm going to give you a compensation model and a marketing plan. And I'm going to also give you an added bonus on how to speak at events so you can generate money from it. That's a $250 value. And then I'm going to give you actually a credit, a $500 credit towards the book writing seminar. So that's a total value of $4,190. That's enough reason for you to come and join us for the next Millionaires Circle. So one more gift I want to give you. If you go to InSPArationManagement.com, you'll be able to get a copy of my free book, Spa Business Secrets to Increase Profit. It's filled with some great content for your business. You'll be able to get that capacity calculator I told you about, and you'll be able to get one complimentary module to listen to help you with your business. So I want to invite you to join us for the next event. So go to InSPArationManagement.com, check out all the dates that we have so I can help you get into the Millionaires Circle. So until next time, stay inspired.